Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to another Abyssal Mythic Hero Battle Clear. Today we are taking down the Bowmaster Ullr. And we are going to win the gold kitsune doodad that I'll probably forget to put on anyone, so that's exciting. But in this test of our Angel Army's strength, we have to take down this lady. We're gonna beat her up and then we'll be done. So this map, not too difficult. I know I keep saying that, but really the recent maps just haven't been that tough overall. This one especially, I was worried because as usual when I build a plus 10 that month, I like to try and showcase the unit in an Abyssal map. And sometimes the character isn't actually a great fit for that map. So I was originally worried. I was like, Forest probably isn't super good on this one. But he ended up being pretty useful, which we'll get to him in just a sec. Real quick, we'll go over the team. But first, before Forest, we'll take a look at our dear professor, who is leading the charge. I did try and bring Soleil in to pair with Forest. I thought it'd be cute if she was here, but she doesn't. She's just fallen off too hard. She needs a refine, and then I'll look at like maybe giving her some other skills for her kit. But right now, she's just kind of not doing it, and Byleth gets the job done really easy. So, you know, path of least resistance. He's running a kind of mixed tank setup here. He's got close call for some damage reduction and attack speed solo. To give him some attack and speed on both phases, and then he's got Flashing Blade for a little extra damage. He doesn't really need to tank ranged hits here, so he doesn't really need DC, and Joint Drive Attack is just always good team support. Having that 4 cooldown Gale Force that also null follow-ups is really helpful here, though, for that Armor Knight. I did try and use Soleil's Armor Smasher to clear him, and she just wasn't doing it even with the effective damage. It was sad. And then Drawback just helps him with some positioning towards the end of the map. As I was saying, here is our lovely magical boy Forest, which, funny enough, the tactic drills for this week is actually called Magical Boys, which was really amusing with that in mind. But our dear Forest is running his Pester setup with SR Far Trace and a Dazzling Staff to go in and just annoy enemies, drop some Savage Blow. But he did swap out the Candlelight for Gravity. It lets him crowd control and bottleneck the enemies from approaching, and that's really helpful. Because Klein is kind of squishy and Forest himself is pretty squishy, so he lets them get stuck and not approach us as fast. Gives us a little more room to breathe so that Byleth can pick them off with Gale Force, and Klein can kind of shoot them down as they approach. And then he's got Joint Drive Res to help Byleth have a little bit more sustainability. Next up is Cutie Boy Klein. I did want to try and bring him in because I don't get to use him that often, and he seemed like a pretty good fit because there's some kind of strong units that aren't the most bulky, that if he can initiate on, he can do a good chunk of damage to him. So he is running Death Blow 3 over his Life and Death that I usually like to run on him, because while he does lose the speed, it does give him a little bit more bulk, so that he can tank a key hit. And Attack Speed Bond just gives him a little more power on a very key hit. Nothing too exciting. Attack Speed Link and his Argent Bow gives him some overall team support, also Drive Attack. And then finally is Forest's dad, Leo. I thought it'd be fun to have the father-son team here. And he's just running his standard tank set. He's not contributing a whole lot. He's just kind of tanking a few hits and then moving people around with reposition. Nothing too exciting, but he gets the job done. So as always, I've rambled enough. Let's go ahead and beat up a mythic hero. This one is, though I don't think she's a god tier like like the checklist. The checklist says we're supposed to hunt down gods. I don't think she quite cuts it, but you know, well, we're already here, and she's looking for someone to give this bow to. So I think we should just beat her up and take the bow and save it for Ash. You know, this seems like a good use of our time. So anyway, let's go ahead and reposition some units like so. Alright, so we're going to start by having Klein reposition Byleth to trigger attack speed link, and he's also in range to provide some drive attack support, and he's going to Byleth is going to come around and slap this Axe Knight, chop, and through the Wary Fighter we will hit. They'll trigger at Suchin and tank that, but we trigger our Gale Force in return. And so your Wary Fighter does not actually save you, because the power of Byleth's Creator Sword takes you down, and then we'll just slide back here to get away from this red mage. And we are still in range of the Lance Fighter, but that's fine. Byleth, with his speed stacking and close call, can take the hit. We're going to have Forrest move down here, and Leo over here like so. And pass turn. Clerical attack Byleth does a good chunk to us, but we reduce the damage. And now we're affected by gravity, which is not very good. Lance Fighter will attack, almost take us out, but again we survive. And we can't move too far thanks to the gravity, but that's okay, because we're just going to come over and get revenge on this cleric, beat her up, take her down, slide back, and now the gravity is gone, but it doesn't matter still, because we only need to move one space over to take out this Bow Cavalier before they become a threat. Goodbye. And slide up. We're going to have Forrest move down and hit the red mage. Bam! Magic attack, and the power of gravity seals their movement. And we also get some Savage Blow chip damage on them. Nothing too impressive, but every little bit helps with these super inflated HP pools on these units. Like, look at these, all over 70, gross. And we're going to have Forrest move up just one space with Kanto, so that Leo can come over and pull his son out of the way, and be in position to tank the blue Fafnir with QR to double back against this incredibly speedy blue Fafnir. And we're going to have Klein just go ahead and pull Byleth out of the way of this Lance Fighter and this red mage. Klein will be in the way, but he will be able to tank it, and red mage comes up, and with all the speed boosts that Klein has, he barely manages to dodge the double and do some damage on the counterattack. Blue Fafnir is going to attack into Leo. Doesn't do much to him though, and we're just going to splash the juice in its eyes, and blinded, it must retreat from the battlefield. Goodbye. Alright, so now we're going to have Forrest use Return on Byleth, heal him up a little bit, get him nice and healthy, push him up over towards the enemies, and next we're going to have Forrest move over here so that he is not near Byleth when he attacks into the Red Cavalier, and we get our solo effect. Goodbye. And Gale Force triggers, but first we're going to have Klein come up and shoot down the Axe Dragon. Hit him with the quad. Doesn't even take all 4 hits. Down it goes. And now we need to get Klein, who is badly injured, out of the way, so Leo's going to pull him up, and we are going to also have Byleth pull Forrest up with drawback. The enemy is continuing their approach, but that is okay. We are going to have Klein come over and shoot down the red mage. Take him out. And there we go. And we don't want Klein in range of this bow flyer though, so Leo's going to once again pull him out of the way and Byleth cannot currently reach anyone, so Forrest is just going to heal him up again and return him over. And we're going to go ahead and move out of the way as well, so that Byleth's solo lets us get a little more damage. Take out this bow cav. Goodbye. And we're going to move right here. We are going to still be in range of this Even Tempest Sword Flyer, but that's okay. Byleth has been healed and he can now tank this no issues. Here comes the Sword Flyer. Do a good chunk of damage, but we kill on the counterattack. No problems. Alright. And now we are going to have Klein shoot down the bow flyer. Bam. And we're going to have Forrest go ahead and chip at Ullr. Nothing she can do about it. And that's not really necessary, but it does let us get some damage on her and get Forrest out of the way. Byleth comes down, does a little more damage thanks to the solo, and now he can move down and take out this green bow. Chop, chop, down he goes, and now Leo will come and hit her with the dreaded juice attack. Bam! Doesn't matter how good of a marksman you are, you can't do anything if you can't see your target, and she has been blinded by the melon float, the most powerful weapon in the game aside from Byleth's creator sword and Forrest's very expensive candle that he's not using. He's not even using the very expensive candle. But now we can have Leo take out the lance fighter, but you know what? This is kind of a chance to show off Forrest a little more, so we're going to prolong the suffering. We're going to just torture this poor lance fighter with Forrest. Just pull him out of the way. Klein can come down and join up with the rest of the group. And now Forrest will finish the job. Goodbye, lance fighter. Bam. And there we go. With that, the map has been cleared. See, no real issues. Not that terrible. We did take a lot of damage, but that's okay because we had Forrest here to help heal everyone, reposition everyone. And now we have a gold Kitsune doodad that I'll forget to equip. So yes, thank you guys as always for joining me on another Abyssal clear. I hope you found it interesting. I enjoyed having a chance to bring out some of the lesser used units in Klein and Leo, also to show off Forrest a little more, and as always, the Teach was here to keep an eye on everyone. So it was a fun map. Didn't take that long to figure out, but it was a pretty interesting one. So thank you guys as always so much for watching, and until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon and the Angel Army signing.